Hey, so this is Joseph with Power Capital Solutions. And look, today I want to talk to you about something a lot of real estate investors simply aren't privy to, which is what documentation is required in order to qualify for a hard money loan. So look, at the end of the day, we're all well aware that we have to find a good deal, get a hard money lender to give us the funds so we can rehab the property and sell it, or rehab the property so we can put a tenant in place so we can generate some cash flow. But as investors, what exactly do we need to submit to a lender just to get the ball rolling? So today I'm going to go over some key documents that you're going to need, as well as a couple of other supplementary things you're going to have to do before you close that you have to submit to a lender. Now, don't worry if you can't remember everything that I say here. I'm going to be sure that I'm going to list them all down below this video. That way you have them handy. So without further ado, first things first, you need to present valid ID. Now, normally that's going to be in the form of a state issued license, typically a driver's license. So you're going to want to make sure you make a photocopy of that, or you just take a good picture and you submit that to your lender. Document number two, you're going to want to make sure that you have your entity documents. So if you weren't aware, most hard money lenders are not going to make a personal loan. So you're going to have some kind of business entity, aka a limited liability company or LLC, maybe even a corporation. But they're going to require that you have some kind of business in place, and you're going to have to prove it by way of sending them an operating agreement. You're also going to have to send them your articles of incorporation, and some may even require that you send a certificate of good standing. Some states call it certificate of good status. Now, that's not always a hard requirement, but I know the first two are operating agreement as well as articles of incorporation. So make sure you have at least those two in order to prove that you are in fact a business entity. Next, you're going to want to make sure that you submit and you have a copy of the purchase agreement where it's signed by the buyer as well as signed by the seller. So make sure you have that document to submit so that the lender knows you have a property under contract. Moving along, the next document you're going to want to present is going to be your construction budget. What is the scope of work that you're going to be doing on this project? Are you going to do a light cosmetic touch, rip out some carpet, do a little paint job and call it a day? Or were you looking to do something a lot heavier, maybe add some square footage, add a couple of more rooms? They need to know and they need to understand what the scope of work is going to be and how much that's going to cost. And then lastly, you need to ensure that you're able to submit your last 2 to 3 months of bank statements. Now, going to your online portal or going on your phone and simply taking a screenshot, typically that will not suffice. You're going to have to actually log into your banking portal. Make sure that you go to that time frame that they require, this month, last month, the month before that. And you're going to want to make sure that you download it in PDF format, and then you submit it, whether it's through your portal or whether it's through an email. Make sure you have your bank statements as a PDF, please. So that is not an all-inclusive list. Those are typically the most common items that hard money lenders are going to require. Whenever we structure deals over here, that's typically going to be the items you need in order to get the ball rolling. Now, the other supplemental items that I do want to make sure I mention is going to be, you need to provide the contact information for the title company that you're going to be utilizing. They're normally just going to require that you submit the point of contact. So that's going to be first name, last name, as well as email and phone number for a representative for that title company. And the other thing that you're going to want to make sure that you present is going to be the proof of insurance for the property. Normally that's going to be in the form of builder's risk insurance policy. That's typically what you're going to need, and that's going to be probably a 12-month policy. So make sure you have those two things in place before your loan closes. You're gonna need that. So with all that being said, those are gonna be the documents required to move the needle forward and get you the money so you can rehab your property and then sell it or rent it out to a potential tenant for cash flow. Now, if you happen to be a real estate investor and you are seeking a hard money loan, or maybe you're seeking the funds to acquire your property so that you can rent it out and you're just making an acquisition, please contact me at joseph@powercapitalsolution.com. I'll be more than happy to take a look at your scenario and get you the money you need so you can close fast with the best rates. Just do me a favor and make sure you have all the above mentioned documents. Now, if you already have the money in place in order to acquire the property, but maybe you still need rehab funds, you may still need down payment, or you need cash reserves so that you can qualify to even get the loan, I'll take care of that as well. I provide unsecured funding for real estate investors. So please make sure you click the link below this video and my team will be able to look at your credit profile and we can figure out what your potential funding projection may be within the next 24 hours. So hopefully you got value from this video. If you did, please like, comment, share with other real estate investors, and I'll see you on the next video.